I'm here to tell you a story about one of the biggest turning points in my life. When I was in primary 5, the only thing I wanted was to fit in with my friends. All I wanted to do was to have more friends, and I was willing to do almost anything just to get accepted into the group of friends. So, one fine day, I was just lurking around a playground nearby my school. I was with two of my other friends, John and Adli. We were just sitting about, talking about games, when all of a sudden, Adli took out a cigarette from his bag. I was so shocked. The only thing I could do was stare at it with my eyes wide open. My friends quickly realized my reaction and asked me, "Hey, you never smoked before ah?" Desperate for my friends' approval, I sternly replied, "What do you expect? Of course I smoked before." Adli lighted the cigarette, took a few puffs and handed me the cigarette. I panicked and said, "I'm not going to smoke I don't feel like smoking Then, John snatched the cigarette and inhaled a few puffs for himself. They started laughing at me and kept calling me a scaredy cat. I got so angry, I snatched the cigarette from John's mouth and inhaled a puff. The tobacco overwhelmed me and I started coughing a lot. Once the cigarette was finished, I immediately made my way back home, and the only thing that kept running through my head was that it didn't taste that bad. I had a sudden urge for more, and from that day onwards, I started smoking. Eventually, smoking became a habit for me. This was bad, very bad. During my December holidays, I began to smoke more and more. One day, I was smoking under my block when all of a sudden, a police officer approached me. The police officer confiscated my cigarettes, gave me a $30 fine for underage smoking, and he sent a letter to inform my parents of this incident. When I got home after that, I was so scared about my parents' reaction to this incident. I told myself I had to prevent them from finding out no matter what, so I decided to steal my father's letterbox key, and I checked the letterbox every day. Eventually, the letter came in. I read it and kept it securely and made sure no one would ever find it. I paid the $30 fine a week later, and I vowed to myself to quit smoking, such as to ensure that I do not have to hassle myself with these problems again in the future.